These are my 2 note cards. So my speech is on how to carve a pumpkin and make a jack-o'-lantern. The history behind jack-o'-lanterns are that it started in Ireland, and it's an Irish folk tale about a man named Stingy Jack. It was brought to America by the immigrants, and they used turnips and potatoes to make jack-o'-lanterns in Ireland, and when they got to America, they found pumpkins and thought pumpkins were just better. So there's several steps to carving a pumpkin. The first one is to choose your pumpkin. I like pumpkins that lean back a little way, because the part that leans back, I put the face on. And it's okay if there's one side that's not so nice, like the back of this one. It's got a little bump and it's like a little, not really moldy, but just dirty. But that's alright, because it'll be in the back and you won't see it. And you want a firm pumpkin that's it's not moldy at all or squishy, because then it will last longer if it's firm and nice. The second step is to collect your tools. So you can use just a knife and a metal spoon, or they actually make carving kits now that are available in most stores, and they provide stencils, 2 knives, a scraper, a marker to make your design, and a candle. The third step, and the first one to start carving your pumpkin, is to make a lid to your pumpkin. So you basically just want to take a knife and cut a circle around the stem on the top of your pumpkin, and I think this part's the hardest because it's hard to get the knife through it all the way and pull it out. Sometimes it gets stuck, and like it is now, it's stuck. So I go around with a smaller knife and just go back over the spots that the big knife might have missed. Give it a little tug. There we go. So now you can see how dirty the lid is. So what we would do is take the knife and just cut all the seeds and extra stuff off that you don't need to make a nice clean top. Set that to the side. Now the inside of the pumpkin's pretty messy. You got all the seeds and the inside that you want to get all of it out so the pumpkin stays fresh longer and doesn't get moldy quick on you. So this, you would use the metal spoon or the plastic scraper from the kit, and you go along and just take all the seeds and stuff out. I have a garbage to throw them in. Some people save the seeds and they roast them in the oven and eat them, but I'm just going to throw them out because I don't really want them. This part's really time consuming, so as you can see, you just got to take all that stuff out. So I'm going to set this one off to the side. I have a pumpkin already. I scraped all the stuff out that you saw in this one and scraped the walls down so it stays nice. And this is what the inside of it will look like. It's nice and smooth. There's no seeds or anything in there. And that's what this pumpkin will look like after you would scrape all the stuff out. So once you do that, this part is where you would design what you want your pumpkin to look like. So some people like to make it fancy with the stencils that you put on, but I just like to make just a little classic pumpkin face. I make the triangle eyes. And I'm using this with a washable marker, so if I make a mistake, I can wash the marker off and won't have permanent marker lines on my pumpkin. So I just made 2 triangle eyes and a little smiley face. Once that step is done, you take one of the knives that you have and carefully cut along the lines that you just made your design with. You want to make sure to stay on the line because this is what your pumpkin will look like. And if you mess up, you'll see where you messed up. So carefully cutting along the lines until you get to the point where you started. And all the lines are connected. The eye should pop right out like that. And you just put that off to the side, and you can clean this out to make the light shine into it so you can see it better. This part's also very time consuming to make it perfect, which is why I started this pumpkin and I have the same exact design on it, and I followed the same steps as I did with this one. I cut along the lines very carefully and along the mouth. So once you get your design all done, you grab a light. You can either use a real candle, which came in the kit, or you can use just a fake candle, which I like to use because I'm not nervous about fires or anything like that. And stick your candle right in there, place the lid back on. Just got to work it around to see where it fits. And that's how you make a jack-o'-lantern. So those are the steps. Hope you guys can follow them with your own pumpkins and make your own jack-o'-lanterns the way you want to. Thanks for watching.